Alrighty, hey, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on the 13 WMAZ Plus stream. I'm Carmen Brown, currently here live on the Mercer University campus. If you know the area, I'm kind of in between the football stadium and the beach volleyball courts, which law enforcement currently has blocked off this stretch of road behind me here. But let me tell you why I'm here this afternoon around 12:15 exactly to be correct. Students and staff on campus received a text that there was an active threat and that they needed to take shelter immediately. So we got here as quick as we could, of course, to try and bring you the information that we know. As far as the nature of that active threat, well, I don't want to speculate. We don't have the current details on that. But again, we are working to get you that information, and as soon as we learn, we'll provide you with those updates as they come into our newsroom. But here's what I can tell you. We were able to confirm that this threat was phoned in and that the university is taking this very seriously. They currently are starting a sweep to ensure everyone's safety. And I want to give you a look at the scene behind me. It's actually a very calm scene right now, but there are law enforcement presence. You have a Mercer police cruiser right behind this black car parked here on this stretch of road, which again is blocked off. You have some BIB deputies right here as well. And I believe that we confirmed with BIB Sheriff's Office that the university is going to be coming down to speak with them and do a brief debrief in just a while, but not exactly sure when that is. Again, we don't know what prompted this or what type of act this is. Well, it was phoned in, but we don't know what type of threat this is. Another thing that I want to point out that you can't see is that when I came in off of Mercer University Drive, there was some 5 people from the fire department that were parked across from the Amicis, because you know that is a business area, and so lots of restaurants and eateries in that area. But so again, the university is currently working with law enforcement to perform a sweep just to make sure that everyone is safe. They are taking this very, very seriously. They are taking this very, very seriously. And so again, this comes just a day after the situation at Central Georgia Tech's Macon campus yesterday, which we did report was a hoax. Police did respond to reports of that and took it very seriously there as well. So again, we don't know the nature of this. I don't want to speculate. So just want to give you a take a look at the scene for a second. Okay, and I think we're going to be moving in just a second. We were just informed by law enforcement that they want us to move over. I was just told by my photographer. So if you see us move, that is what we are doing. Again, this area is right in between the sand beach volleyball courts on campus and the football field. I haven't seen any students in this part of campus, which would be rightfully so, seeing that, you know, there is an active shelter in place. I will say that, you know, when I was cruising through campus in another area, I did see a couple of students getting to their cars. But again, no students in the area I am. And if you could see a clear picture here, the sheriff's office was just directing people. They've been directing people since I've gotten here. You know, they're not letting any people come to the right of my direction. They're kind of sending them in one direction and in and out, just keeping this area as clear as they can. So I think we're going to go ahead and move over now. So if you see our camera move, that is what we're doing. And again, just giving you a look at the scene here. Again, you'll just continue to see cars going in and out as they continue to direct traffic. Just to go over with some of that information with you. Again, that text did go out to campus staff and students at 12:15, telling them to take shelter because the university is taking this seriously. And we're looking at officers just trying to keep the scene clear as possible, directing traffic. As far as the update on that sweep and where the campus is on that, we're not sure. But again, the university and law enforcement did go ahead and initiate a sweep around campus just to make sure that everyone's safe. I did want to also mention that, these students and staff just returned back to campus earlier this month. So it hasn't even been a full month for them, being back on this campus. Looks like officials have just been meeting to have these discussions. Not sure what those look like yet. Again, we'll get you as much information as we can as soon as we learn more updates. We haven't been able to confirm any further information with law enforcement. We haven't been able to confirm any further information with law enforcement, hoping to do that as soon as we can. But again, you see that they're just on the ground there in the middle, not letting anyone go onto this stretch here, and just continuing to direct traffic as more cars come in. Again, this comes just a day after there was reports of an active shooter at Central Georgia Tech's Macon campus. It actually ended up turning out to be a hoax, but they did treat that very seriously and do a sweep of the campus there. I know several agencies were on the scene for there right now. We're kind of just looking at Mercer University Police and the Bibb Sheriff's Office right now here. All right, for those of us just joining us, I'm just going to recap again what we know here. We were sent to the scene after a text was sent out to Mercer University campus staff and students at exactly 12:15, letting them know that there was an active threat on campus and that they did need to take shelter. We were able to confirm through a university official that they are treating this seriously and that they are sweeping the campus just to make sure that everyone is safe. Now, as far as the nature of this threat, we're not exactly sure what it is at this time. It was phoned in, that threat was phoned in, so that's what prompted this investigation, but we're not exactly sure what type of threat it was. And of course, we're not going to speculate anything here, but like I said, officers are working to try to just keep this scene as clear as they can. We're over on the sidewalk with several others, just trying to get a look and at what things are going on. I'm currently between the sand volleyball courts and the football field. Not exactly why this area in specific. We weren't given information on that, but like I said, this is where you'll see the presence of law enforcement. And so I'm going to go ahead and step to the side again just to give you another look at the scene as cars drive in and out at the moment. Again, they are trying to keep this area as clear as possible and just keep traffic moving. When I got on campus, like I said, haven't seen any students in this area specifically, but when I did go to a different part of campus, I saw just about like 2 or 3 students. So again, the students and staff just arrived back to campus earlier this month. Hasn't even been a full month for them for this new school year. Now, in that alert that came in at 12:15, at the bottom of the alert, it did said that more information was to follow. So we're hoping that we can get some more information for you all soon. Can see someone from the sheriff's office again just directing traffic, trying to keep this area as clear as possible. I know when I came into this area at first, I had to turn around because they're just trying to keep this area clear and keep traffic moving as much as possible. It looks like this Mercer University police car is starting to move. Also, looks like they're letting a truck move through here. Again, this is a road that's been blocked off from the time that I've been here. From the looks of it, that's been the first vehicle that's been allowed to pass through.
Everyone would just stand by for a moment. Mercer is going to be up to give you guys a statement. Just want to get
Alrighty, and we just got word from one of the lieutenants here who just spoke to us saying that Mercer is going to come down and offer a statement in just a second. You can see that this police car has went ahead and moved out the way. So as soon as we get information on that statement, we'll be able to provide you all with that. And as you can see, this scene right here in front of us is now clear. There is no longer any law enforcement presence in the area. Again, we're expecting a university official to come down and speak to us in just a few moments. Not exactly sure as to when, but as soon as we get word on what that briefing is about, we'll be able to update you all with more information. Again, this alert came into students and staff at 12:15, so it's been just a little over an hour now. University officials, along with law enforcement, had agreed to do a sweep on campus just to ensure everyone's safety. Alrighty, again, we're looking at a pretty calm scene right here on this part of campus. You have the Tony and Nancy sports complex right behind us. This is the football stadium. We're in between here and the sand volleyball beaches, courts on campus. This area was blocked off with a few more cruisers when I originally got here, but we kind of saw that presence dwindle over time. Again, it's 1:20, so this has been about a little over an hour since that lockdown was put into place on campus. Our students were told to take shelter. No police presence behind me. I believe cars are probably now able to come in and out. As you can see, this truck coming in behind me. So again, not sure if this area was relative to the threat, but officers did have it blocked off for quite a good time here. In fact, two of the officers from the sheriff's office, deputies from the sheriff's office, did move down towards the left of me here. So they did say that we'll be receiving a confirmation on more information from a university official in just a moment here. So I'm going to step back to the side just so, again, you could take a look. Traffic seems to be moving a lot more now that this area is all open up again. It's very calm mood, like I said, since I've been on the scene. Wasn't a chaotic scene. I wouldn't describe it as that at all. Just a few police cruisers out here. You did have a chance if you joined us a little bit earlier. Already, I do want to say that we did just get confirmation that that shelter in place has been lifted. I'm getting a copy of that message so that I could read it all for you. Again, it is 1:25, just a little over an hour since that first message was sent. Getting a copy of it so I can read it for you all. Again, that we did just learn that the shelter in place has been lifted. It is Alrighty. The shelter in place has been lifted. There is no active threat on the Macon campus. That is what the message said. Again, want to read that message to you again that went out to campus students and staff at 1:24, exactly 1:24. It said the shelter in place has been lifted. There is no active threat on Macon campus. Police are continuing to monitor this situation. So again, this area is clear here. That was that confirmation for you a little over an hour after that initial message was sent to staff and students. We are glad to know, that has been lifted, and of course we'll continue throughout the day to send you all more information and updates from 13 WMAZ Plus as we learn more. Live in Macon, Carmen Brown, 13 WMAZ News.